I'm Wayne Carini, it's Amelia on Concours, and thanks for watching Drivin Ivan.
Drivin Ivan here, and I'm with the amazing Ford Mustang Bullitt Special Edition 2019 and 20. Only 2 years. Looks just like Steve McQueen's Bullitt car. I am so happy to be reviewing it. I'm going to give it a quick drive. I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to share the specs with you. So smash that like button and let's get going. Excuse my finger there, but here we go. Look at this. What a beauty. I've actually been bugging the owner for quite some time about it, and I was like, come on, let's do it. And look at the beauty. Look at the fall colors behind it. Can't you just picture it flying through the air in San Francisco? Well, we're not going to drive it like that today, but I am going to drive it. And let's just talk about the look. Let's talk about the look of this beautiful Bullitt Mustang, because it is beautiful. It's the classic Mustang fastback line. You know, they came out with the fastback shape shortly after the Mustang was introduced. And, you know, green. My uncle had a green, forest green with pony interior Mustang that I took to prom. It was convertible, 1966, 289. So this has the beautiful V8 in it. I'll get to the specs in a second. Look at the wheels even. Oh, man. Look at the red calipers, Brembos up front. Look at that. This thing is bred for speed, and I'm just so looking forward to driving it. But first, we got to talk about some practicality. Okay, so inside, look at that. Big bolsters on the seats, beautiful green stitching to match the exterior. Look at the cue ball shifter. Oh my God, so cool. Bullitt right up front. You just know you're in a Bullitt Mustang. I mean, how cool is that? Still, you got the infotainment screen and everything, so you can go into your apps, and it's, you know, super modern. Says Bullitt everywhere. I mean, look at the detail of this interior. Two usable back seats as well. Cup holders, really everything you need, actually. An honest to goodness handbrake, cruise control, again the gauge cluster, serious and down to business. You got the tack. Listen to that exhaust. Oh, it's gonna be so fun to drive. And speedometer and your infotainment screen in the center there.
Please say a command.
Please say a command. I won't, but what I will do is say that this interior has Mustang tradition in it, but it also has the modern tech and everything that you want in your car. And, you know, sure, you want to go fast, but you also want a decent car that's intuitive and fun to drive. And just look at these. These I think are my favorite right here. That is so cool. That's how cassette decks used to work, and, you know, even 8-tracks, they had these type of buttons. So the history in this car is really cool, and you know, something you might not know if you aren't used to driving the old Mustangs. I remember how far, the first time I sat in a car similar to this, the clutch travel was so far in like a 1967 fastback Mustang, but this one, it's shorter, and the throws, oh, they're so short. I'll show you in a second. Even the trunk lid has the Bullitt on it. Look at that, nice spacious trunk, and those traditional Mustang lights. See how cool they made them? Oh, that's so awesome. Popping open the hood, I was fooled. I thought this was an aftermarket thing, but it's not. It's actually stock. 480 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. Good for a 0 to 60 time in the 4s. Real fuel economy, he says he gets anywhere from 19 to about 29 at best. And the intake is the same as the GT350. He's done some tweaks to the suspension, so that'll be interesting to find out. And also, the top speed is 165 miles an hour. And now, I'm so excited, it's time to get in and drive. So the first little party trick that you get in the Bullitt Mustang is, watch this. Wow, automatic rev matching. So, you know, the first car I experienced that did that was actually the Z car. That was the first car to have a manual transmission with matching revs. So that is just so cool. But this one, I will say, has all that American grunt. Apparently you're at 80 miles an hour when you're about 2,000 RPM. So they've got it geared pretty nicely. That's in top gear, of course. I'm cruising around trying to give you a little exhaust sound here, but if I just short shift into 6th gear, the owner loves this car, and I've been begging him so long, so I got to make sure not to crash it into a wall. But in 6th gear, 65 miles an hour, we're below 2,000, so it's really geared for everything. It's got 3 driving modes. Driving this Bullitt Mustang is an absolute treasure. It's just a joy for me because to me, you got the Shelby Mustangs, the GT350, but this one has that Steve McQueen cachet. It's like the XKSS that I've seen out at the Peterson Museum. Steve McQueen, you could have a Rolex watch that'll sell for $40,000, and if Steve McQueen owned it, it's worth $4 million. And that is the cachet. Only 2 years for this Bullitt Mustang. Short throw shifter. I mean, it's got everything to make it a streetable, hot ride Bullitt Mustang, and that's what I really love about it. We were having an American foreign car discussion. I drove my Porsche 996 today, and I recently reviewed a friend's 550 Maranello Ferrari. But this car right here, the Bullitt Mustang, it stands on its own. The owner has done some things to upgrade the suspension, sway bars and such, and it just feels so responsive, and it's got that, let's gear down here, it's got that growl that you want. It's, instant torque. I mean, 420 pound-feet of torque and 480 horsepower is, it's so good. And, but yet, if you want to just slow down and drive it like a normal car, it's your normal Mustang. So, to me, it's the best of all worlds. And, again, I've been bugging him to drive this car for so long, and I'm so happy to be driving it. It's a beautiful fall day, and despite the fact we don't have the air conditioning on just for the sound, if we put the windows down, it'll be more comfortable. Whereas we're dying in here, it's hot as hell. But let me just say that driving this Bullitt Mustang, I feel like I've driven one of the best Mustangs that's currently available on the used market now. They only made it for 2 years. But yeah, I think it's still comfortable. The seats are really bolstered. They hold you in well, and the seating position is super comfortable. His position is different from mine, but it's got memory settings. It's got everything I'd want on a modern car except for the adaptive cruise control, but that's really a personal preference thing. I think it's a safety feature, but that's it. Everything else in here, the retro gauges, the retro look of the car, that's why you want a Bullitt Mustang, and that's why I'm thrilled to have just finally driven it. So there you go. Smash that like button, subscribe, and search any car and Drivin Ivan. And thank you so much for watching.